You gotta say action.
Action.
Hi everyone. Um, so I wanted to show you guys today how making a new garden bed doesn't have to be super expensive. It doesn't take a lot of special equipment, tillers and such. This is actually the perfect day to be digging. Even in our Wyoming soil, which turns into about concrete by the end of summer. Today, everything is nice and soft. End of April, we're finally getting rain instead of snow. So I've been planning this bed for over the winter, and it's time to get it in. Plants came yesterday. So as you guys can see, I started already forking this up. And yes, using a fork is not the easiest method, but like I said, today it's not super difficult. So I am just going to do a little bit more. I need this bed to be just a little bit wider, and then I'll show you guys the next step. Be back in a minute. So I finished forking it up. Okay, so I'm done forking this bed up, and it's starting to sort of look like a garden bed. So our next step is cardboard. So I've got some pretty decent sized cardboard boxes. So it's not going to be quite as much work as it would be if we were working with little Amazon boxes, but you know, you use what you got. There's a bunch of different schools of thought about cardboard that, you know, it's could be contaminated with stuff. I myself think that it can't be too much worse than what I'm buying at the grocery store. All the pesticides and stuff like that. So we're gonna go with it. But there are other things that you could possibly use. Newspaper, like wads of newspaper, work really well. But of course, newspaper is not that common anymore. Also, you can see cardboard's a little bit of work too. Because really, you don't want all this packing tape in there, because it's plastic, and plastic actually attracts toxins, kind of binds it to them, which, I mean, I guess if you've already got toxins in your soil, but anyway, so I am going to peel all this tape off of this box, which was packaged really well, and I'll get back with you when I'm ready to actually lay some cardboard on the soil. See you in a bit. Hey everyone, I misspoke. Our second step after forking everything up is forking it up. We need to spread compost, and I've got some pretty well finished compost. There's still a little bit of solids in it, but that's why we sift everything up. So just kind of put it on the screen, give it a good sifting, a little shake, and put the balance in the new compost side. This can take a while. You don't really, it's not the quickest process, but it's worth it. And it doesn't take a huge amount of compost to really kind of get your garden going. Get all that beneficial bacteria going in there. And actually, what you really want is the fungi. But doesn't take a lot, but it really does kickstart stuff. So I'm gonna just do this one last screen's worth. All right, so it probably could use a little bit more time in the old composter, but it's pretty well done. So, and there's so much organics in that bed. Hello, Buffy. Hi. Thanks. There's a lot of you know, fresh weeds in there, and last year's weeds are in there. So I'm not gonna worry about a little bit left in there. Do you mind, unless you're gonna grow some thumbs and take this over there for me? I don't know what we're gonna do here. Thanks. Thanks. A little bit more. I need a little more room. Thanks. Thanks. All right. So we're gonna head on over to our new garden bed, and here we are. So basically, I mean, for this amount of a garden bed, you can really just do this by hand. Just kind of get everything in there, and then probably need another, I don't know, load or two like that, and then just mix it in with the fork a little bit, and you're ready for your next step, which is, in fact, the cardboard. All right, we'll be back in a minute. Thanks. And we're back. All right, so I just took all the tape off of these boxes. It's an interesting thing to note. Think about how much plastic and crud goes on a bunch of cardboard boxes, but my goodness. Anyway, so it's time to cover the garden with the cardboard. It really is kind of a mulch that we put more mulch on, but it's also a weed barrier. So this is going to make it so, for this year at least, we're not going to have weeds coming up in this bed. It's not going to be an issue.
Okay.
So we're back. It's raining harder. I ate lunch, sat down, and now I'm cold. So we're gonna get moving. So what I have here are these things. I don't know what they were in their last lives. I rescued them from the dump because I thought they were cool looking. And now these are going to be our hardy kiwi trellises. So before we do anything else, we're gonna kind of try and figure out where they look the best. So I kind of want to put them behind the drip edge of the roof. That way, when the snow comes in the winter, it possibly won't get taken out. Although we may just put them back down in the basement for the winter. Well, I don't know. Hardy kiwis will probably be on them, so no, that's not good. Alright, so I'm thinking 3 on this side. And I know they look crooked, but ought to be able to get them fairly level once we get the rebar thingies in. Yeah, I think so. Alright, so this cardboard is now so wet. I was going to cut slits in it. I forgot my hammer. just a minute.
We're going.
This is not my hammer, but a hammer. So, it's kind of made like a little indent. Wow. See where we're going with this. We're going to pound some rebar into the ground where the legs of this are going to go, and then these are going to go over the rebar. So, be right back with you. We're back. It's 1 week later. Last weekend it actually started pouring and I was cold and tired. So, we called it for last weekend, and now we're gonna finish this up, and it's actually kind of cool because I had a chance to go get some mulch, so this will actually look pretty nice. So right now what I'm doing is setting whatever it is these are into the ground, but they don't actually, it's not like they have to be dug down into the ground. We just put them over these pieces of, they're actually rebar fence posts that we had laying around that we cut in half. And so I'm basically just kind of, I've placed these where they need to go, and I'm kind of making them like make kind of a mark on the cardboard so I know where these have to go. And move this aside. And grab my hammer. It's spiky squeaking over there. Let's see. Alright, so where I have the marks, I have to move up just a little bit because I guess the foundation of the house, there's some concrete down there, so it can't get super close to the side of the house, which is kind of a bummer, but whatever. It is what it is. Okay. Looks like I have a couple different marks on this cardboard, but we're just going to go with this one. Got my hammering proficiency last week. And it was super funny. Okay, so now you can see that I had to plant the hardy kiwis last weekend because they can't sit out in a bucket for too long. Alright, so really kind of mark it because that's the important one, so everything kind of fits. You can kind of see where I'm going with this. Oh, I lost my mark! You gotta be kidding me. I should have kept my eyes on it. Oh, I know. Okay. So another piece of rebar fence post. It's a little bit of effort to punch through the mark. I'm going to take my hammering proficiency back. male hardy kiwi is about to leaf out. Come on now. Alright. Do a little bit of fitting on here. Ta-da! And then I think I'm going to somehow tie this into the house. I have to find somebody else's YouTube video in order to find out how to do that properly on aluminum siding. But you kind of get the picture. But just a little bit about hardy kiwis. Here in Wyoming, I do not know if they're going to grow. We'll find out. But the reason I said this one is my male is because he is a he. Hardy kiwis have females and males. So we have a female over here and a lady over here. Well, they're both females and ladies. And then here's our male, hopefully to provide some pollination. These little guys, I guess, produce grape-sized kiwi. And who doesn't love that? So hopefully these will go. Alright, I'm going to put some more fence posts in, and I'll probably just come back on and show you guys the finished results, because I imagine you do not need to see how I spread mulch. Alright, be back in a bit. So, we're back and have a finished project, which always feels pretty cool. So our trellis is in place, freshly mulched and edged. We have a plethora of rocks here, so that's pretty much what I always use for edging. When I lived back east in upstate New York, I used to use like old barnwood and stuff, but there is a lot of available rocks for edging. So this little girl is ready to go. I also planted some strawberry crowns. Probably can't see the leaves. There's one. Little strawberry crown in there. So you can kind of see that. Get over here. Alright, so this gal has got some, I don't know why this is not focusing. Focus. Alright, never mind, don't focus. But these look like they're about ready to go. I'm seeing some green on the male. A little bit of green on the ladies too. So now there's this bed is planted with strawberry kiwi. So kind of cool for not a whole lot of money. Again, the metal trellises, I don't know what they were, but I salvaged them from the dump. And the rocks were free. The cardboard came with shipping things. I did get mulch, and there are some different schools of thought on that. But it's tough when you have a little place in town to provide all of your own stuff. So hoping to be able to do that at some point, but we're not quite there now. So yeah. If you liked this and want to see more videos of me turning things that nobody wants into something that at least I want, subscribe to my channel, and when I get another crazy idea, I will be back with you. Alright, everybody have a fantastic day. Love you all. Bye.